Hi guys, Cynthia here for my week 21 updates post-op gastric sleeve surgery. We are January 17. I can't believe it's been 21 weeks. That's amazing how time runs by without us to even realize. But it gives me hope that winter is going to end at some point, because I'm a bit tired of the cold, and I'm a summer girl, so I can't wait till summer comes back. You guys in Australia are so lucky. I know it's hot right now, but I would switch with you guys anytime. I prefer to sweat than to have the snow and ice and all the melting pot, I call the poutine, the mix of any extremes that we have here right now. It's like this week it's been warm, like it looks like spring, and it's gonna be cold again, and then we had freezing rain and we had snowstorms, and it's just insane. Anyways, yeah, so numbers. At the beginning of my journey in December 2012, my highest recorded weight was 280 pounds. On the day of surgery, I was 238 pounds, and today I am 192, which means that I lost 1 pound since last week, 88 pounds total, and 46 pounds since surgery on August 23rd. So yeah, I'm gonna take that pound with a smile, because when I'm under too much stress, my old self was gaining weight under stress. So I'm very happy to see that I keep losing when I'm stressed out. So that's good news for me. Yeah, you are all waiting for an update about my project. I had a crazy week. I was never expecting something like this to happen, and I'm sorry if I did not update you, because right now I am on a survival mode, because my project was refused, believe it or not, for the grant. And it was refused only because, not because it wasn't good, not because it didn't have any chances to succeed, because that organization who gives the grants, they have certain categories of business that are excluded, and they came to conclusion that my project was one of them. And it's not true. I don't agree with them, because they did not know if they should categorize my project in coaching services or health services. It's none of them, but they decided it was an excluded category, and they said no. So I was living on my credit margin since December 20th, and I was supposed to start having the money from the government, from the grant, next week or within the next 2 weeks, and it's not happening. So when I got the news on Monday, I kind of panicked, and I said, okay, I have to pay my rent on the 1st, and my car, and my insurance, and I have to have some food in the fridge for me and my daughter. So I'd better find a job quick. And it pisses me off, because I've been working on this project 60 to 70 hours a week since July. And my website is under construction. I was developing partnerships with many people. Anyways, so I was so pissed off on Monday. Really, I was pissed. So now we're Friday. I've let the dust fall down a little bit. But I didn't know what to do, and you know what? It's not 3 people in the world who will decide whether I'm gonna do or not do this project. This is the project of my life, and it's gonna happen. I believe in timing. I believe in everything should fall in its place at the right moment. Everything should happen when it's the right timing. So it's probably not the best timing right now. I don't know. I believe in the universe. I believe that if it didn't work, it's for a reason, and I have to figure out why it didn't happen the way I wanted to happen. So maybe I should change the type of organization. Maybe something better is coming than this grant. Maybe a new partnership will be coming on the way. I believe that something positive is going to happen, but right now I had to go and find a job to assure paying the rent because my bank account is in the red area, like beep, 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 beep. It's empty. So, you want to know what my project is? My project is I want to build a company to help, because in the United States and pretty much everywhere else, we have the YouTube community to help bariatric patients. There's so many services, support groups. We don't have that here in Quebec, in Canada, in French. We don't. And I wanted to give back, and I wanted to help the French community here in the province, and also in France, in all the French countries where people are isolated, are kind of left alone after the surgery. They have questions. If they don't speak English, they can't go on YouTube like I do and chat with you guys. People who don't speak English, they don't have any resources. They don't have information. They don't have anybody they know that they can talk about their surgery or about their problems, or all they have is their surgeon and the nutritionist. And we all know that we need to relate with people who had the surgery, who went down this road before us, and can give us advice and support us and everything. So I wanted to create a company to offer services to the bariatric community in French. Live and on the internet also, for my people in France and Belgium, and So they categorize my project within the health services field, which is excluded, or in the coaching services that are also excluded. But what I want to do, I want to create a community of patients here. I want French people to be able to, get together and get support, get information, and share about their journey. But you know what? It might not happen now because I have to find a job to assure the minimum of the financial needs. I have to pay my rent, my car, and everything. But it's gonna happen. It's not 3 people on earth who will decide that I'm not going to do this project. So it's just a question of time. It's gonna be a bit longer because I'm gonna have to have another job at the same time, but it's gonna happen. So that's it. So now you know what my project is all about, and yeah. So I'm still working on it. Right now I'm doing, sometimes in life I consider myself very lucky in the circumstances because I'm out of money. But last year when I lost my job, before I got my unemployment money from the government, I was in the same situation, and I lost my job February 1st last year, so it's almost a year. It's gonna be a year in not even 2 weeks. And I was in the same situation where I had to pay the rent and the car and everything, and I had no money. And I found this job. It was at the foundation of the Children's Hospital here in Montreal. And I was doing, just entering stuff in the computer, in the, how do you call it? I just have it in French in my mind. Database. I was entering, the people who make donations to the hospital, to the foundation. I was doing, database entries in the system. And when I got the answer on Monday. Tuesday morning, I called at the foundation, at the hospital, to see if maybe they have some work for me. And I was very lucky because they are full staff actually, but another department was looking to find somebody to work for them. So the next morning, I was working. It's temporary, and it's $12 an hour. I used to work at $35 an hour, so it's a bit low, but it's gonna help me pay the bills. So right now, I'm doing as many hours as I can. I did today, I did yesterday, and I'm gonna go back on Monday. And I don't know for how long they're gonna have work for me, but as long as they do have hours to give me, I'm gonna take them. And in the meantime, I'm gonna look for a better pay job, and something more interesting than just keying, typing stuff in the database. So that's what I'm doing for now, to assure the minimum and to make sure that my daughter has food in the fridge, and So yeah, unfortunately it happened, and I was so convinced that they would accept me because my project is great, and I've worked a lot, and I'm pretty advanced, and I got letters from doctors that are ready to refer me patients, and I've got letters from clients who want to pay for my services. And so I did my job. I worked so hard on this project. So I thought that it was just I was gonna get it. I just had to do my presentation, and they would say yes. And it never came to my mind 1 second that they could categorize my project in the excluded fields. They got me. What a joke. Anyways, so I kind of fell off my chair when I got the news. And to be honest, the first day I cried my whole life. I was devastated, and I thought it was the end of my project. And then after, I started thinking, I'm not gonna let 3 people forget about my dream. I found what I wanted to do. I found my purpose in life. I think I can help other people through their journey. I love to help people. I'm a sex therapist. This is what I studied when I was at university. I'm graduated sex therapist, but unfortunately, when I finished my studies, there was no job. It was a new field, and there was no job. I tried for over a year to find a job, and all I was doing is working for free for young teenagers and in schools, and I changed. I couldn't work in that because there was no work, no job. But I have my my degree in sexology, and I think I can help. I think I don't consider myself as a coach because I didn't study in that field, but my willpower is there, and I always manage to find solutions, to be disciplined, and to make my goals, and I think I can help maybe other people to achieve their goals as well. There's so many things you don't know about what I did in my life. I've always realized my dreams since I was a kid. Always. I started working, I was 12 years old, because my dad at the time was giving me $5 a week. I know it's not much, but it was in 1985. I know, 82. It's been a while. I'm old. And he was giving me money, and I had to tell him what I was doing with my money, and I wanted to be independent. So I started working 7 days a week, 7 nights a week, from 10 p.m. to 11. I was working in a 7-Eleven kind of store. I was filling all the fridges, cleaning the floors, and I was working 7 days a week. And when I turned 14, there was a bakery in that store, and they taught me to cook the bread, to make the bread, and I became the baker for the weekends, and that's how I started working at 12. And then when I was 18 years old, I realized that I come from Quebec City, which is a 100% French city, and there was a lot of tourists coming, and I wanted to speak English. So what I did is, when I was 18, I left home with one train ticket, $60 in my pocket, and I found a job in a Jewish family who needed a nanny. I was paid $70 a week to take care of two babies, 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. And this is how I've learned to speak English. So I would not be able to talk to you guys right now if I haven't done that. And then later on, a couple years ago, in 2009, I was learning traditional African drumming, and I just fell in love with it. It was my passion, but I was frustrated because I wanted to learn more, and the class by the hour was very expensive here, and I thought that the best place to learn traditional African drumming was to learn it at the source in Africa. So I quit my job. I sold everything I had, my house, my furniture. I've sold everything I had. And then my daughters went to their dads, and I left. I went to Africa for a complete year. I was taking a drumming class 6 hours a day, 6 days a week, for a complete year. And I came back here with the intention of working in music, and I made a documentary about my trip, and I wanted to help the people in the area I was living in Africa, and so I made a documentary, and I presented that movie in Montreal and a couple other cities to raise money, because I've collected goods, medical stuff, clothes, diapers, milk for babies, vitamins, Tylenol for babies, anything you can imagine, even video games. What else? I had I don't know, I think I had 3 boxes, big boxes of toothbrush and toothpaste. And, so I was presenting my movie to raise money to pay the transport, to send a container of goods to Guinea, where I used to live, which I did, because I wanted to be hired by an organization to do humanitarian work. And nobody wanted to hire me. So I said, well, you don't want to hire me? I'm going to do it myself. So I have my own humanitarian project. So that's what I did. I sent a container of goods in Guinea, and I went back to receive it over there. So I left for another nine months. Yeah. So I received the goods, and while I was there, I was able to see who really needed help, especially young single mothers with newborns and stuff like that. So I was able to see who needed help. And when the container arrived, because it was by boat, it took 3 months for the stuff to get there. I was scared that I would never see it, but it finally arrived. And I did the distribution myself of the goods, so I was able to make sure to distribute everything to the right person who really needed what I had to give. So I did that, and then I came back. So I spent almost 2 years in Africa, and then I came back, and then right now my project was to do that surgery and be healthy and have a healthy weight and lifestyle. So I always have a project, and this next project was to help the bariatric community, the French bariatric community here and in Europe as well by internet. So now you know everything about my project, but I haven't said my last word. It's gonna happen. I don't know when it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You know, I've raised my daughters, telling them never let go of what you believe in. You have to be strong. You have to run for what you want to get. You have to be a go-getter in life. If you believe in something, you go get it. You go do it, whatever it is. So there's no way I'm gonna abandon my project. There's no way, because I'm the example for my daughters. They are 20 and 18 years old, and you know, I've always told them never surrender, never give up in what you believe. So I'm not gonna give up, because if I do so, then I lied, and I don't lie to my daughters. This is important. So yeah, so I'm gonna continue, but now I have to stop talking because it's been 21 minutes now. It's a bit too long. So yeah, so now you know everything about my project and the refusal and everything that happened, but you know, don't worry, I'm gonna make it happen. I don't know when, but I'm gonna make it happen. So that's what I wanted to say about it. So I hope you guys are doing well. I want to say hi to all my new subscribers, but I have a few new ones this week, which is good. Probably a lot of people, you know, I remember seeing TJ, and you know, it was the big Aussie Down Under edition of Fat Kings, and they were talking about the French people and saying that, you know, Anglophone people, English people don't like the French people, and they don't even know why. So probably that's why I don't have so many subscribers, because I'm French. Anyways, I don't like to put everybody in the same basket. But I do love you guys, even if you're English. I don't care about the language. It's just language. I mean, human beings are human beings. We're all the same. Black, white, French, Anglophone, Chinese. We're all people, you know. So I don't make a difference. I'm just kidding. It's just that I remembered hearing it on Fat Kings. So I wish you a great weekend. I hope you're all doing well, and that you are meeting your weekly goals, and enjoy your weekend, relax, and don't be shy to comment or send me messages. It's always good to hear from you. So thank you so much for listening. And I wish you a great weekend and a great week, and you will see me again next week. So take care, guys. Ciao.